So the problem in developing countries like Brazil and South Africa is how to go to the poor, to the main the street, and talk about climate change, which seems so far away. Our priority is, first of all, development, improve the quality of life. The important thing is how to do this improvement in our quality of life without harming the climate, without doing exactly the thing, the wrong thing that the developed countries did, the path of development based on fossil fuels. And fossil fuels are the main cause of global warming. So we have to use our natural resources. We have renewable energy, we have solar energy, we have the sun, we have the wind, we have wind energy. We have the possibility in many countries to have biofuels, bioenergy, or hydropower in order to meet our energy needs and, above all, to do that with energy efficiency. So I'll tell you just a few stories from my city, Rio de Janeiro. As you know, we have a lot of slums, and which used to be for a long time controlled by the mafia of drug dealers. Now, slowly, we are taking back these areas from the drug dealers with with the police occupation, of course. But this is not enough. The social problem is still there. So we have to go there, and we are starting to do improvement in the infrastructure, garbage collection, sewage systems, transportation, and energy as well. People in these areas are getting new fridges from the electricity companies, which are much more efficient. And now they are not any longer stealing electricity as in the times of the mafia drugs. They have to pay, but they pay for better quality, but also with lower consumption for a better quality of life, with better equipment. Also, the popular housing systems, all the popular house programs that are being developed now are being developed with solar water heaters, for instance, equipping the homes. So the government is embedding in the development strategy also a way of meeting the energy requirements of the poor without harming the climate. So I think these are some examples. Now, the electricity providers in the slums now give discounts for the consumers who deliver recyclables from the waste collection. So the waste collection is, the recycling is stimulated by discount in the electricity bills. So why the company is doing that? This, at the end of the day, as Simon was saying, it's profitable. So there are a lot of opportunities to make the industries, to make the private companies behaving in favor of the climate. On renewables energy, wind is being now booming in Brazil for some years, thanks to a smart move by the government, attracting equipment manufacturers. So from 1 to 11 domestic manufacturers, now we have competitive wind production, wind energy, electricity production from wind energy. So the same is starting to happen with solar photovoltaics. So there are a lot of possible policies and measures. This week, everybody is fearing the economic recession. So the so-called counter-cycling measures to relaunch the economy are based with some discounts in appliances, but not across the board. The more efficient appliances sold in the stores are getting larger discounts of taxes. So you make the consumer behavior move towards more efficient appliances, which will consume less electricity and also harm less the climate. When you go now to buy a car, you have a label saying not only the price, but also the efficiency consumption, the mileage of the car, which starts to be a criterion for the consumers to buy a car. So we have annual inspections of the vehicles, not only for security reasons, but also checking the emission of local gases. First of all, to reduce local air pollution in big cities, but also to have more frequent maintenance of the engine that actually reduce the fuel consumption and also protects the climate. So you see a lot of instruments here, fiscal policy, labeling, you see also the power of public expenditures of, for instance, in solar housing programs. So there are a lot of possibilities of policy tools that actually track our development path and shift it towards a more environmental friendly path and also more climate friendly path. But why this happens? This can only happen with political pressure. As Simon was saying, we have to put forward the CEOs of the big companies, the political leaders, before their responsibilities. They have to be questioned about what they are doing about the climate. And maybe we are not reaching a global deal here, but for voluntary commitments in developing countries, I think it's particularly feasible to have a better quality of life, to build new development styles that we have to invent. We cannot copy what was done in the North America and Europe. This did not work, and it's not feasible to be followed up. So I think at the subnational level, at our states, at our cities, we have the possibility to go at the consumer, using our consumer power. We have here, for instance, this week we are going to launch here in Durban in a side event with mayors of different cities. This is the Rio de Janeiro inventory of our emissions, the scenario of future emissions, and then law saying that Rio is going to reduce emissions in the future. And this was a voluntary goal fixed by the government. And this is done because of a lot of other co-benefits in terms of reducing local air pollution as well, improving our landfills for waste disposal, and all this goes, as Simon was saying, the same direction, win-win with climate protection. Thank you.